Welcome back to Spark Online. That's a little creepy, JJ. Welcome back to Spark Online, everybody.
So excited to be with you guys here today.
We have a jam-packed episode of Spark Online for you. We are so excited about it.
It is going to be so good. We actually have a new series that we're starting. Last week we finished off the series, and we are on a new one called Big and Strong. I think I like represent big and strong.
Girl guns, ladies.
I am
Girl
ripped.
guns.
I am powerful. I'm strong. Go to the gym. Not really, because I can't go to the gym right now, but that's our theme. So we're super excited for our series for our next 4 weeks. But it's exciting to be here with you guys.
Yeah.
So I think it's time. For Truth or Dare.
Let's go. Let's go.
Wait, okay, who's going first?
I think JJ, you go first this week. I went first last week.
Did you actually?
That's all I'm saying.
No.
I did. I was new last week. So
you did.
JJ
That
made me
is
go
true.
first. Can you guys back me up here?
I don't know. You guys, come on. You just got to be on my side. I don't know. Okay, fine.
JJ, take it away, buddy.
Fine. There's one left down at the bottom.
Okay, we'll need to grab some
Okay,
more.
you know what? I'm not going down. I'm gonna.
You're gonna hand sanitize? That's a good call. Here we go. Dare, 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 dare.
Let's switch it up. Let's go for a truth.
Here we go. You
Truth
spoke
it is. I spoke it into existence.
You did.
There we go.
You did.
You know what?
Okay.
I feel like we go in themes. I feel like 1 week we're like all truths.
Yeah.
The next week we're all dares. This week, a good possibility is going to be a week of truth. Alrighty. Okay, interesting. What is an insect you're most afraid of? I'm not really like scared of insects that much. I'm the one around the house that kills all the spiders. I'm the one that like. Rebecca is petrified of spiders. And so all I hear is a big scream, and I'm like, oh, there's another spider. We live out in the country.
Yeah, so there's lots.
But I do have to say, I think the one thing I am really uncomfortable around would be tarantulas, just because of how it's the size of them.
Ew,
Like,
yuck.
Going down in like when I was in Dominican or wherever and saw a tarantula down there in the wild. Usually I just see them at like pet stores or like petting things. And I'm like, do you want to hold one? I'm like, no, I don't. But seeing one like an actual wild tarantula down in Dominican, that was kind of scary.
Okay, I'm giving a major thumbs down because I do not like insects. There was one crawling in my room. Like, I don't even know what kind of bug it was, but there was a bug like crawling, a dust bug or something. I don't know, but it was so gross. I screamed at the top of my lungs. People came running to help kill it. It was gross. It was so gross. Thumbs down to all insects.
You're answering that question. You're just
down.
answering that question as well. I'm just saying straight up.
Yeah, because I rebuttal that, JJ. I do not like bugs.
I don't like.
I can't believe it.
I don't really want them like on me, but I don't mind them. I laugh at Rebecca.
Ugh, I'm so with Rebecca. Okay, here we go.
Truth. No, dare. Let's switch it up. I want to see a dare.
I don't know. I just want a good one. Good one, please. A truth. A night of truths.
It's almost like we rig it, but we don't.
We really don't. Okay, here we go. Have you ever picked your nose and eaten a booger? Absolutely
that's
not.
Disgusting.
Absolutely not, Spark Online. That is just yuck. Absolutely not. That's all I have to say.
That's
all I got.
You've never been like tempted? You've never like.
Ew, definitely not.
Just like,
definitely not.
Go up there, find a big one.
Oh,
pull it out.
JJ, you're gonna make me gag.
I feel like people are wondering if I've done it or not.
JJ, have you picked your nose?
They're probably just like knowing Jonathan that I've definitely done it, but you know what? I have. Okay, I'll confess. I've done it.
Don't pick your nose
Once.
and eat it.
It was
Do
at youth
not.
group.
Pardon?
It was at youth group. It was a dare.
Oh,
And I would
JJ,
do
come
it.
on.
I do anything. I'll do any dare. Come on, message me. You can even message me and challenge me to a dare. I bet you I'll do it, unless if it's bad.
Well, that's
harmful
it.
to
That's
other
your
people.
invitation, guys. Send JJ a dare. He'll do it.
There we go. That's the challenge. That's the challenge for this week. Send me a dare and let's see if we'll do it.
Okay, well, speaking of dares, or speaking of challenges, JJ, I think it's time for a challenge.
For a challenge.
Here we go.
Yeah. Alrighty. Here we go.
So this week, we are going to do a plank challenge.
This is the one
Plank
thing.
it out.
This is the one thing I'm not good at when it comes to like athletics. Like I'm not like crazy amazing, but like my core, like I got like a little bit of like a belly here going on. My core is weak. People make fun of me because of my planks, but I still gonna win because I'm just awesome.
No, you know what, guys? Ladies, you gotta be on my side this week. You know what?
Clearly
The
I'm
first
gonna
2
win.
weeks were a bit of a challenge. I lost the marshmallow challenge. I lost the cookie face challenge to JJ last week. But this week, this
Because
is
I'm awesome.
my week. This is my week.
You know you have to pass me on this.
Okay, so here we
So
go.
let's
We're
see.
gonna
Let's
play.
see. Who do you think's gonna win?
Me. Shout
No,
it out,
clearly me.
ladies. Here we go.
Clearly
Maddie.
me.
Maddie.
JJ. JJ.
So here we
Here
go.
we go.
We are going to do our challenge.
In 3, 2, 1.
Okay, guys, here we are. Plank challenge. I'm feeling ready. Pastor Jonathan.
I'm feeling a little nervous, to be
Feeling a
honest.
little
This
nervous?
is
Me
not
too.
my strong point.
I can't lose this one. I can't lose this one. 3 weeks in a row.
But I'm still gonna put up a fight. I'm competitive.
Yeah, me too.
I think I can beat you.
This will be interesting. Let's see. I even put my hair up and everything.
Alrighty.
Here we
So
go.
we should do this in 3. Whoa. Actually, before we do this, rules: our feet together, feet apart.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't.
Apart?
Feet,
I don't care.
I'm going feet together.
Feet
I'm going
together?
feet together.
Okay, here we go.
Alrighty, in 3, 2, 1, go. Uh-oh, I'm already shaking.
I feel like we need some tunes or something, Pastor
Some
Jonathan.
beats.
Yeah. Sing it.
I'm already shaking. Ah!
Here we go. I feel like laughing's not making it easier.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think talking is either. I'm shaking. Yeah.
Oh, I can't stop laughing.
Ah!
Oh, you're... Pastor Jonathan.
That's
Pastor Jonathan is down.
that's disappointing. We're gonna pretend like that didn't happen. I won. No, I clearly didn't. I'm sorry to my gym partners. Once again, shout out to Pastor Craig and Jonathan and Jeff Diffie. I'm sorry I disappointed you. I let you down. But I think you just won for your first time.
Woohoo! Can I get a woohoo from my ladies? Doo-doo-doo-doo. Whoop whoop! So exciting! I finally broke the streak.
That was
Won this week.
that was definitely embarrassing on my side. of
It
things.
happens. It happens.
You know
I
what?
was embarrassed last week when I lost the
Push-ups,
cookie challenge.
I'll destroy. But core, there's a lot of core there, and I eat too much. I like food. I like food.
Well,
That's
you know
my
what,
excuse.
JJ? Maybe next week we will do push-up challenge. Maybe. We will have to see.
We'll see.
We'll have to
We'll
see what
see.
we come up with next week. Maybe it'll be push-ups next week. But all I'm saying is I am happy to have broken the streak. That was just getting embarrassing. honestly.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. JJ.
That was embarrassing on my side, but congratulations to you.
And that is how you be a good sport, ladies and gentlemen. That is good
But-
sportsmanship.
Anyways, I think it's time for us to continue on here. And so we're going to jump into our Bible story. And so we're going to jump into, Madeline is going to read the Bible story for us. And so, yeah, we're excited to hear what we're going to learn about today.
Okay, guys, so today we are going to be learning about Joshua and the walls of Jericho. So if you've got your Bibles, turn it open to chapter 5, verse 13, and then we're going to read all the way through to chapter 6. So here we go. When Joshua was near Jericho, he looked up and saw a man standing in front of him. The man was holding a sword. He was ready for battle. Joshua went up to him. He asked, "Are you on our side or the side of our enemies?" "I am not on either side," he replied. "I have come as the commander of the Lord's army." Then Joshua fell with his face to the ground. He asked the man, "What message does my Lord have for me?" The commander of the Lord's army replied, "Take off your sandals. The place you are standing on is holy ground." So Joshua took them off. The gates of Jericho were shut tight and guarded closely because of the people of Israel. No one went out and no one came in. Then the Lord spoke to Joshua. He said, "I have handed Jericho over to you. I have also handed its kings and fighting men over to you. March around the city once with all of your fighting men. In fact, do it for 6 days. You have 7 priests get trumpets that are made out of ram's horns. Then they must carry them in front of the ark. On the 7th day, march around the city 7 times. Have the priests blow the trumpets as you march. You will hear them blow a long blast on the trumpets. When you do, have all the men give a loud shout. The wall of the city will fall down. Then the whole army will go up to the city. Every man will go straight in." So Joshua, the son of Nun, called for the priests. He said to them, "Go get the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord. I want 7 of you to carry trumpets in front of it." He gave an order to the men. He said, "Move out, march around the city. Some of the fighting men must march in front of the Ark of the Lord." When Joshua had spoken to the men, the 7 priests went forward. They were carrying the 7 trumpets as they marched in front of the Ark of the Lord. They were blowing the trumpets. Like, think so loud. Think the loudest. I do not know if
Even
you guys,
louder than that.
Yeah, louder than that. I don't know if you guys still play recorders at school, but imagine everybody in your class playing the recorder as loud as like possible. Just that loud,
really
loud recorder sound. Picture that in your head. And so the Ark of the Lord's Covenant was carried behind all the priests. Some of the fighting men marched ahead of the priests who were blowing the trumpets. The others followed behind the ark and guarded all of them. That whole time, the priests were blowing the trumpets. But Joshua had given an order to the fighting men. He had said, "Don't give a war cry. Don't raise your voices. Don't say a word until the day I tell you to shout. Then shout." So he had the Ark of the Lord carried around the city once. Then the men returned to camp. They spent the night there. You sleeping? Joshua got up early the next morning. The priests went and got the Ark of the Lord. The 7 priests who were carrying the 7 trumpets started out. They marched in front of the Ark of the Lord. They blew their trumpets. Some of the fighting men marched ahead of them. The others followed behind the ark and guarded all of them. The priests kept blowing the trumpets. They're still going, guys. On this 2nd day, they marched around the city once. Then the men returned to camp. They did all of those things for 6 days. On the 7th day, they got up at sunrise. They marched around the city just as they had done before. But on that day, they went around it 7 times. On the 7th time around, the priests blew a long blast on the trumpets.
I can't go any longer.
Then Joshua gave a command to the men. He said, "Shout, the Lord has given you the city." The city and everything that is in it must be set apart to the Lord in a special way to be destroyed. And that is the story of Joshua and the walls of Jericho.
That is such a good story. And so we are going to be jumping in to our series. So we are going to watch a guy named Greg on this theme, Big and Strong.
Woo! Hey everybody, I'm Greg, and this is Big and Strong. For the last few years, I've been lazy. I've been sitting on my couch, eating junk food, and playing video games. But today is a new day. All the hard work starts here, going to the gym. So follow me, Greg, and my cameraman, Dan, as we start this incredible transformation. Come on, Dan, we're going to the gym. Big and strong, big and strong. Come on, Dan. So I've been working out for about a week now, and I haven't been getting the results that I really want. So I decided to find something bigger and better. Dan, I introduce to you ladies and gentlemen, the Shake-Weight 9000. Well, the Shake-Weight 9000 is the real deal. Dan, let's go see our friend Billy for a little post-workout snack. Let's go. Hey friends, so I learned that getting healthy is a little bit more than just working out. It actually matters what you eat. So I brought in my good friend Billy to help me out with that.
Greg, how's it going? Good to see you.
Billy, it's going really well, and actually, I wanted to let maybe some of my friends know, what is it that you do?
So actually, Greg, I'm a dietitian.
Okay. I don't know what that means. But I do know what diet means.
Okay.
And diet is usually what you eat. And I've actually been on a very strict diet of the 3 Ps. Have you heard of the 3 Ps?
You know, I actually haven't heard of the 3 Ps, but go ahead and tell me about it.
You'd think as a dietitian, maybe you would have heard of it. It's Pop-Tarts, popcorn, and Papa John's. So that was actually a strict diet I was on for most of my life.
Okay.
And I just cut all of it out.
Great, that's an awesome start. So
Yeah.
what are you actually adding back in now that you've gotten that out?
Right, so since I've been working out this past week, a lot of things have been changing. I actually switched to a mac and cheese diet, but with no cheese, just the mac. What do you think?
Well, so actually, Greg, you're gonna be still getting a lot of carbohydrates only with straight mac.
Carbs are, yeah, okay.
So what are you actually doing as far as protein to get that in?
I don't know. I don't really know what protein is.
Okay, Greg. So actually, protein is going to be that, you know, macronutrient you're looking for to get back in after a workout. So when you tear down all this muscle, your body's going to need more protein to build you back up. So be thinking steak, eggs, chicken, maybe even a peanut butter and jelly that you can get in to help rebuild all that muscle.
Wow, that all sounds really good.
So actually, if you're super serious about working out, I have a product here that you can check out. This is called protein powder. So this is going to be fast absorbing protein that you can actually use to help really repair your muscle even faster after a workout.
Wow, so protein powder is just protein all in powder.
You got it. That is sounds, never heard it better myself. So basically we've got, you know, I've got some water here, a shaker cup. So typically I usually mix 8 to 10 ounces of water. So we'll just do this right here. Standard water bottle works just fine. And we can go ahead and add into the shaker cup. Good amount of water. There's an ounce marker right on the side so you know how much you're using. And then you'll be able to Greg! Bill! You got this!
Bill! I need some water! The protein powder, you can't just do like that, huh? All right, so I actually learned the hard way. You're not supposed to eat the protein powder straight. Billy, I got impatient there. I went for it.
Yeah, you know, Greg, it happens to the best of us. You know, we all want to add muscle really fast, but you know, it's one step at a time, including maybe even adding water into the shake before just trying to.
Gotcha. I should have listened to you that time. And look at that, right there. We got a good old-fashioned protein shake. And here's what I'm going to do, Bill. I'm going to drink this, and I'm going to listen to you about how to eat healthy after my workouts. Because if I try to do it by myself, it doesn't work.
Yeah, let's hope not.
Thank you, Bill.
You got it. Worried about you there, Greg.
It tastes good. It's better like this.
It's better that way, yeah.
No powder. It's really tasty, actually.
Oh boy. Easy, Greg. Not again. You all right there, buddy?
Wow. That's really good.
Okay.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, worried there for a second.
Woo. That was a wild ride. Thanks to cameraman Dan for cleaning up our set, and again, big thanks to Billy for saving my life back there. But it really got me thinking. One of the great things about exercise is that it clears your head. A lot of the time, people are just drowning out their thoughts with loud music when they're at the gym. But I found that I do some of my best thinking while I'm pumping iron or on a run, doing whatever I'm doing. Now, lately, I've been thinking a lot about a true hero from the Bible, Joshua. Joshua was told by God to conquer Jericho, a large and powerful city with huge walls protecting it. Jericho was an impenetrable fortress, but God sent a messenger with specific instructions for Joshua and the Israelites. The Israelites were told to march around the walls of Jericho for 6 days, blowing horns as they did. Now, they obeyed God's instructions, and on the 7th day, the Israelites once again marched around the city and blew their horns. When the time came, the army of Israel let out a great shout, and the walls of Jericho crumbled before them. Now, I'm sure the Israelites yelled and played their horns really loud, but we all know there's no way they could have conquered Jericho all by themselves. It was God's big and strong power that brought the walls crashing down. Now, in life, God sometimes calls us to do things we can never achieve on our own. No matter how strong, smart, or rich we are, there are things in life that will always be bigger than us. Now, it's good to be healthy and go to the gym. I've been trying it and it's been working. Now, God wants us to be healthy and treat our bodies right, but it's important to remember that we can't do everything on our own strength. God's direction for our lives can sometimes be confusing, but even if we think we can do things better on our own, God's way is always the best way for us. Joshua and the Israelites followed God's instructions when they marched around Jericho, and they were rewarded for their obedience. If they tried to bring down the walls of Jericho with their own strength, they probably would have failed. And if they just gave up, they never would have been able to experience the blessings God had waiting for them in the promised land. So as you go through your life, don't try to do it all on your own. And if something seems impossible to you, take it to God and trust that His strength is far greater than our own. That's all I got for you guys today. I actually have a workout scheduled right now, so Dan, we gotta get on it. But hey, remember, it's never too late for a New Year's resolution. Think about the goals you have and take those goals to God. But thanks for watching Big and Strong, and remember, be encouraged, get motivated, and have a great week. Come on, Dan, let's go. Ah!
Wow, that was awesome with Greg and his cameraman Dan. That was honestly so good. Like, I laughed out loud.
Me too. I thought it was so funny.
It was, I'm really excited for this, and there's also a really good point when it comes to working out. A big part of that is diet, and that's some of the biggest hurdles. Like when you're trying to get healthy, is changing your diet. I know this from experience because I still kind of struggle with it today. Is diet. I try to go to the gym myself. I really do try, but the diet is the hardest part. And so it's such a great story with the walls of Jericho and facing things that are bigger than us. And so it actually kind of reminded me of a story when I was actually down in California. I know I shared about California a lot. There was a lot of fun experiences I had down there. But we went on a mission trip to Romania. Our team divided up. And then so when we came back to California afterwards, we actually went to Sacramento and we did some ministry together in Sacramento, California. And so when we were there, somebody had the opportunity to kind of share their testimony at the church that we were kind of like helping out at for that Sunday. And I felt like I was supposed to step up and say, yeah, I'm supposed to share my story, but I was kind of scared to.
Yeah, it's freaky.
And I'm like, I've never really like, I've played music in front of large crowds. I'm like, I've never really spoken in front of large crowds. And so the church was a church of like 500 people. And I went in and and so the team sat down beforehand and we were just like, all right, who's gonna be sharing their testimony this week? And I felt like I was supposed to say yes, I didn't. And then everybody kind of looks at me and they're just like, JJ, I feel like you're supposed to share your testimony. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of crazy. I didn't know what to do. I was scared. I didn't even know really how to prep for it. It was very nerve-wracking. And the crazy thing was like God kind of totally took over, and a ministry time happened. Right, I shared my testimony. I don't remember what I said. God was speaking through me, and a time of response came. The pastor that was the pastor of the church actually didn't even get a chance to share his passage. He felt like it was supposed to be put on hold for people to respond to the testimony that I shared.
That is powerful. That's really cool.
It was super cool seeing like how God, there was something that was bigger than me, and God just worked and He did His thing, and it was amazing.
That's really cool. I was also thinking about a time that I have had members of my family, my stepdad, get sick. And at the time, it was so scary and it was really sad, and because I didn't feel like there was anything I could do to help. I couldn't make him not be in pain or make him feel better at all. And so I just felt so helpless. But I realized, so that felt so much bigger than me because I felt like my hands were tied. I couldn't do anything. And I realized that actually God was even bigger than him being sick. And so by praying and asking God for healing, it was really cool that we saw healing, and he really started he really started to feel better and be healed again. And so that was just a really, really powerful experience for me.
Yeah, so this is like such an awesome lesson for us to learn, that knowing that God is bigger than the things we are facing. Mm-hmm. Just like we saw in the stories of the walls of Jericho and how they fall, like God is bigger than the situation we face. And so we can know and we can trust in God that He'll provide, and He'll make a way. And so that's like super exciting. And so we are going to take the next couple moments, and I encourage you to pause the video. You can talk with siblings, you can talk with your parents, and just discuss about these couple questions that are on the screen now. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed your conversations, whether it's with your siblings or parents. There's so much to talk about with this subject, so I hope you guys enjoyed your conversation.
Okay, JJ, well, now we are getting to the bittersweet part of our episode here tonight, because we are starting to get close to the end, but we still have one more truth or dare.
This is an exciting part.
Here we go.
What do you think you're gonna get?
I don't know. I don't know what I want. I don't know if I want truth or dare. I kind of feel like maybe dare, because we haven't had a dare yet today. But it also is kind of funny that we have only truth so far.
It goes in like waves. It's either truth or all truths or all dares.
It really does.
That's the standard.
Here we go. Let's see what we're getting. Something good. Hope for something good. Oh my goodness, the truth.
That's the truth.
That is so crazy. Okay, here we go. What is the most embarrassing place you have fallen asleep?
That's a good question.
Okay, guys, I gotta tell you a secret. I am a master at falling asleep. I am a master. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. It doesn't matter like where I am. I am pretty good at falling asleep. So, I honestly don't know what the most embarrassing place I've fallen asleep before. Maybe, like, I can fall asleep in the car. I really don't know what the most embarrassing one is, though. I've never fallen asleep at school. That would be bad.
Oh, so I have a really funny story about that.
Okay, here goes, JJ.
It wasn't me, but I remember I was in college, and there was a guy that like fell asleep in class, and he fell asleep, and the prof was like teaching, and the prof like cracked a joke, and he laughed in his sleep when the prof cracked the joke. We were all dying laughing. It was so funny.
That's pretty funny. Actually, I guess when I was at camp, it was like bedtime, but so we were all staying in a cabin, and like I was always the first person to fall asleep, and so the other girls in the cabin played like pranks on me.
Nice.
Because
classic.
I was the first person to fall asleep, but that was like, it was bedtime. Gotta go to sleep at bedtime, you know?
So,
okay.
I don't know why that reminded me of it, but when I was like a young kid, went over to my best friend's house, and we stayed up really late, and then we got to church, and our parents were kind of like sitting near each other, and so he went and sat beside his mom, I went and sat beside my mom, and both of us fell asleep in church with our heads.
That is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Okay, JJ, you better give it a whirl.
Let's do this.
Give it a spin. I'm hoping for a truth here.
A truth?
I think so. So we have another night of all one thing. Ooh!
Oh!
Got a dare. Hope for something good.
We got a dare. Interesting. This is gonna be easy. Attempt 10 push-ups.
Here we go. You're getting your push-ups in,
Bam.
JJ.
Here we go.
Let's do it. Let's see
Let's do it. This is gonna be a breeze. Alrighty, here we go. Here are 10 amazingly perfect push-ups. There we go. I tried to add in a clap there at the end. What do you think? I think those were some pretty awesome push-ups. My nose were touching the ground there. I was getting down all the way. Those were awesome. Well, I told you, I'm just awesome. That's one of my stronger things that I can do.
Those were some good push-ups, JJ. Nice.
Solid.
Nice push-ups.
Do you think they were
Nice
good
going.
push-ups? Was I getting low enough? Was like my butt wasn't too high in the air? As a flat like proper push-up?
I thought it looks like good form.
Good
I
form?
thought it looks like good form. Good 10
What do you
good
think? Was that good
push-ups.
form? I think those were pretty solid myself.
Okay, guys, so that is it for tonight's episode of Spark Online. We
That
are
is sad.
so glad that you joined us.
Yeah, we are so happy that you joined us. It was such a fun night of Spark Online. So we guys hope you guys have a great week. Hope you guys have a great night sleep tonight, and we'll be seeing you again next week at Spark Online.
Yeah, we are so glad that you joined us. We hope you have a great week.
Bye. Have a good one.